Self-help groups. This is the topic which we are going to discuss today. Self-help groups. Now, what is the self-help groups? You might have heard about this term. Self-help groups. It is basically a village-based financial intermediary, usually composed of 10 to 20 local people. And this is commonly found in the rural areas. We can say in the village areas where it is consisting of around 10 to 20 of the local people. Local people means the people who are residing in that particular area. Now what they do, members make small regular savings contributions over a few months until there is enough capital in the group. So they members will be there, this 10 to 20 people will be there, they will contribute in small amount and they make a fund over there. And these funds are given to the members or to other people in the village for any purpose. Now, what is the benefit here? It actually helps the rural poor people to earn their own livelihood besides participating in the decision making process. And majorly women will be involved over here. Thereby, it will enhance the status of women among the people. The basic principles of self-help groups are that it is actually based on trust, mutual trust among the people. There is women empowerment, there is group cohesiveness. You know what is group cohesiveness? No, cohesiveness means sticking together in a group. So self-help group, you should know the meaning first. It is actually a group of 10 to 20 people which try to raise capital with the help of the members. Now, moving ahead, you can understand it better. The SHG system. There will be regular contribution by the members, and this money could be either kept by their elected head, or it could be even deposited in a bank. The members of the group can borrow individually from this self-help group for various purposes based on various terms and conditions and interest rate. Of course, interest will be collected, but that will be a very at a small rate. They may open an account in the group's name in a microfinance organization or a bank. And these organizations can also, the organizations here means this microfinance organization or the banks provide loan in the name of the group which can be used for further purposes, like which can be used for various funds or lending purposes. The recruitment of the people are among themselves and it is not connected to any political party. Now in India, when we talk about India, even now poverty and unemployment we know are major problems of any underdeveloped country, to which India is again no exception at all. Especially when it comes to the growth of women employment, we have already seen the rate of growth of women employment is again very low. This is because there is less participation of women over here. And in order to uplift the status of the women and to provide various schemes to reduce poverty and actually to provide women employment and entrepreneurship in India, the government had planned several schemes. And one attractive scheme is this self-help group. It is actually a method, or we can say it is a tool to remove poverty and develop women entrepreneurship. Here, self-help groups started like commonly being founded during 1970s and all. And later on it started developing. So as I told you, it is a self-help group consisting of village people and they consist of around 10 to 20 local women. And this actually enables the rural poor people to earn their livelihood and also helps them come forward. They come forward, they participate in the decision making process, and many times it actually helps to improve the status of women in the society. Then, now here you can see, as I told you, these are the common features of an SHG groups. Like they uh, contribute regularly, these people contribute regularly, either they will keep the money with the elected head or amongst them, or they will deposit in a bank, and the members can borrow individually from this group for any of their purpose, like even for starting a small scale business unit, home based business or anything, they can easily get capital from these self help groups. And these self help groups, they can even open an account in their name and through this they will get extra funding also from the banks or other financial institutions. And the recruitment of members are amongst themselves who know each other, they are mutually accountable, and they also understand the very purpose why such groups are being set up. And it is actually not restricted to any particular community. This group will be having people from various faith, various communities, etc. And they are not even connected to any political party. So this actually, as I told you earlier itself, this actually helps the women in the rural areas to come ahead, because we know in the rural areas even now the education literacy level of the women is not so high. It's not, it is not everybody has or is getting a chance to continue their education ahead. So still taking utilization of these available resources, they try to start some kind of business. And even skill training are also provided through the self-help group system. Now, why such groups are required? Now, such groups actually help to mobilize resources, bring together the resources for individual members for collective economic development. We know that in a small village also, if both the people are working, the father mother are working together, that actually is done in order to provide good education for the children. Maybe the parents might be thinking, we are not educated, but we should provide good education for our children. So like that, when each and every family is thinking and they try to bring income to the family, definitely it will help the family to go ahead in the society. So this self-help groups, such kind of groups actually help in providing resources for individual members so that collectively as a society they can develop. Now it also helps in uplifting the living conditions of the poor. It helps to develop entrepreneurship, create awareness about rights. Many people in the villages still are not aware about the different government benefits, different government schemes, etc., which are provided to them. How will they know about it? These people are hardly educated. So, such kind of group activities will actually convey about various rights which they can utilize. Then, to mobilize individual skills for group interest. There may be several people in the villages who are talented in various activities. Like some might be good in cooking, some might be extremely good in stitching, tailoring activities, embroidery activities. Like that, so many skills are there. So these people can come together so that they can work together. And to use local resources, many villages have their own indigenous resources. Indigenous resources means which are native or which are locally available. So using these local resources, they can actually showcase their village also to the outside community. Then definitely it will help to create a habit of savings, to build teamwork and leadership qualities, to gain mutual understanding, confidence, to organize training for skill development. So these are the need for self-help groups. Now, what are the importance of self-help group in our country? Now, this actually happens at the grassroots level. Grassroots level means the smallest level. So this actually help in self-employment activities to develop entrepreneurship. It offers an opportunity for instilling or for providing basic managerial skills to the people and also value among the rural people. It is not only helping that particular individual, but when that particular individual is benefiting, their family gets benefited, thereby the society also gets benefited. So it is not just an idea for investing, but it is actually an idea for uplifting the society. So it is one important instrument for developing the society or a tool for developing the society. Now, first one is here, improve efficiency of the credit system. This actually helps in improving the credit delivery system. Credit delivery system means it actually provides fund to the people, to a large number of people. So what happens? This actually helps the people to get the money at a lower interest rate. And when the amount is lower, the repayment also becomes easier. Then it is one important tool for financial inclusion. Financial inclusion means even now, if you look back, especially in the villages, there will be so many families who don't even have a bank account or who don't have any access to any of the financial schemes which are provided by the government. Government is providing so many financial schemes, but it may not be reaching to the poor people, and they are always out of this financial inclusion. They Nobody is considering these people. But this kind of group activity actually help to bring all the people together, especially we can see the people who are below the poverty line, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, minorities, women, etc., in the banking sector. Then promoting savings and banking habit, it is actually connected to the banking system. So people are motivated to save, even though if it is a small amount, people come forward to invest that amount and they get benefited from such savings. Then, of course, women empowerment. It is successfully helping in especially rural women to come forward to develop them economically, socially, and even politically. What the people are telling is that what the studies are saying is that there is a positive relationship between such groups and the women's participation in politics. So many such members who have been actively part in such self-help groups do contribute a lot in the political system also of the country. They may start from the lower level. Then it also promotes socio-economic justice, like they bring all the people together. As I have mentioned earlier, there's no restriction about any women participating in this. People from any faith, any community can come together over here. So it is actually bringing equality in the society. It is beneficial to the financial sector also because this is all connected with some other microfinance institution or some other bank, and the banks are also able to tap these unused areas or underutilized areas. Reduced influence of an organized sector. The organized sector or such people will be, there will be money lenders, local bankers, etc., in the village areas, and they are not at all, what you can say, controlled by anybody. Such influences can be avoided. Then, employment generation, livelihood and employment generation. The members are encouraged to start their own business or own small enterprises, and thereby they are helping in to create employment for such group of people. Now, what are the different functions? As mentioned here, it promotes rural savings. It also provides gainful employment through this, reducing poverty to a considerable extent. It helps to create a common fund through savings of the people, through their regular savings, we can say. Flexible working conditions and pooling the resources properly. Flexible means the women does not have to take the entire burden of this job. They can come after their regular household activities, domestic activities and all. Periodical group meetings so that decision making also helps everybody. Then decision making is not done by any particular individual. All the people are equally given the chance to participate in the decision making process. The amount which is provided will be small and reasonable loan amount, so timely repayment will also be there. Rate of interest is also affordable depending on the amount. Now, what are the things required for a good self-help group or indicators of a good self-help group? First one is homogeneous membership. As far as possible, the members should be all from different communities, or they should consist of people or comprise people who are having different socio-economic background. Because homogeneity means it will bring people from different areas together, and there will not be any kind of partiality or favoritism or bias towards anybody. Then, no discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, your political affiliations, nothing should be there over here. All are equally the members of this self-help group. Then start with small membership. Ideally, the group size should be something between 15 to 20. And what happens in the smaller groups, the people can easily get an opportunity. Each and every person will get an opportunity to speak and give their opinion. But many times when the group is small, the financial contribution also can be less. That also is something which we have to remember. It is easy to lead a small group, but regular attendance in meetings is also important so that people are aware about what is happening in this group. Along with that, there will be transparency in transaction. Transparency means everything is transparent, everything is open to everybody. There is nothing to hide in such group. Because of this, it will promote trust, mutual faith, and confidence among the members. Along with that, every records will be maintained properly. Minutes of meetings, books of accounts, attendance register, everything is important over here. Then, set of bylaw. Bylaw means the rules and regulations which are required for functioning the group. The group members will discuss and they will finalize a set of bylaw which includes the rules and regulations and the responsibility of the members. Normally, they will be having a written set of bylaw. And the promoting institutions, the banking sector, the banks which are helping them, they all can help in creation of this bylaw. Then thrift. Thrift means savings, savings, small savings. So this is one fundamental feature or fundamental indicator for the self-help group, and it helps to actually gather the smaller funds and develop a strong common fund. Then utilizing this savings for loaning. The savings which they have accumulated over a period of time, maybe 3 months or 6 months or whatever it is used, it is to be given only for purposes which are useful to the society, and the members can even take loan from here for like any kind of activities, even if it is some urgent emergency use also the loans are provided, and even it will help in supplementing or helping in some additional credit requirements. The thing is that it should be used for something which is purposeful to the society. So these are the indicators of a good self-help group. This much is about a self-help group. Once again, we can see what it is. It is commonly known as a village-based group, financial intermediary, which consists of 10 to 20 local people, and these people come together. They put a small amount of their savings over a period of time, and this will make the fund over there. Apart from that, other financial institutions and other banks also help them to raise the fund. This group is done in order to improve the living standards of the local people or the rural poor. They also come forward, participate in the decision making process, like that. Then how the system is working, it works with the regular contribution of the people or the members. They can borrow individually from the self-help group, or also along with that the group can also take fund from any other microfinance lending institution or any bank, and these banks can provide the loan in the name of the group, which can be again utilized by the members. Recruitment will be based or decided amongst themselves. There will be not be any kind of bias or discrimination over here. It is not connected to any political party. This need for self-help group, it actually provides so many positive things to the society. It helps to develop the people who are underdeveloped, mobilize resources for economic development, collective economic development, uplifting the conditions of the poor, developing entrepreneurship, create awareness about their welfare and about their rights, mobilizing individual skills for group interest, using local resources, creating a habit of savings. So what happens when we are using these local resources and all, as I told you earlier, certain things which are unique to that particular area, that can be utilized, that can be shown to the outside public, that can help in even promoting tourism over there. Tourism and all actually brings lots of income to the people, especially the people who are living on the basis of such income. Then to gain mutual understanding, trust, confidence, even it will help for training the people for any kind of skill development. Importance of SHG to improve the efficiency of the credit system. It is a channel of financial inclusion, especially where people are those people who are below the poverty line, minority people, people belonging to SC, ST category. Many people, especially in the village areas and all, they may not be even having a bank account. They might not be even knowing about any benefits which are provided by the government. So these people can be involved together. These people can be brought together. It helps to promote savings and banking habit. Of course, women empowerment, promoting socio-economic justice, beneficial to the financial sector also, like that. Functions, promoting rural savings, providing employment, creating common fund, flexible working conditions, periodical group meetings, small and reasonable loan amount so that it is also repayable easily. Rate of interest also will be affordable. These are the requirements or indicators of a good self-help group. As mentioned, homogeneous membership means people from varied socio-economic background could be included over here. There would not be any discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, religion, hierarchy, nothing. Small membership, ideally 15 to 20 people. But when it is small membership, what happens, it is easy to manage them. And each and everyone can get a chance in the decision making process. But one thing is that the amount which they may accumulate might be smaller. Regular attendance in the meeting so that they can review about what is happening in the meeting or what is happening in the self-help groups. Transparency in transactions, be it financial transactions or non-financial transactions, nothing is hidden over here. All the records are maintained properly. There will be a set of bylaw. Bylaws are the rules and regulations which these members have to follow. It also explains about the responsibilities of different members. Normally, it will be written bylaw. They can take the help of the supporting banks also to frame this bylaw. Thrift means the habit of having savings, small savings. That is also quite beneficial for the people. Utilizing these savings for loaning purpose, any kind of loaning like emergency loaning or any kind of help which is beneficial to the people who are involved over here. This much is about a self-help group.